So, there's this song that I found online. Actually, it was recommended to me by one of our YouTube subscribers. And he said that this song would be a great song for me to sing to Elsie. So it's a good thing that I can whistle, because my singing voice, you want to hear what it sounds like? Here we go. So there's no chance that I'm going to sing this to her, but I'm pretty good at whistling. So I'm going to try and whistle this song to Elsie because I love her so much. So here goes. The name of the song is, let's go, Velha Infância?
Velha Infância.
Velha Infância. And some of you guys who speak Portuguese, who are Brazilian, obviously know this song. So here goes. This song truly inspires me. It's an awesome melody. Whoever wrote it, parabéns a você. If there's one thing I could do again, that would be to be born in Brazil and to learn how to surf from a very young age. Every time I watch these guys surfing up and down the Brazilian East Coast, my heart just pounds with delight because it's so amazing to watch. I just wish I could. And I'm not even going to try. You know why? It's a lot harder than it looks. And it's easy to pull a muscle, and that's the last thing I need at the age of 60. Maybe I might body surf or something, or just go hang out in the pool. You like to surf? If I was younger, I would love to learn how to surf. I have that Combi there. We just came from Itacara, and a lot of beautiful surfing in Itacara, and a lot of schools.
Yes.
But for me, it's a little dangerous now. If I fall and pull a muscle or something, I'm in trouble. So I prefer to watch. If I was your age, for sure, I would be in the water surfing.
Yes.
It's a young man's sport, I think. Right? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So every now and then you run into people in Brazil that speak perfectly good English. Take, for example, this lifeguard. I just happened to start talking to him. And initially he was a little shy and said, no, I don't speak English, but as you can see, he spoke perfectly good English. Oh, Elsie, such a beautiful beach and you're sitting in the car. Why? I'll tell you why. Because you're Brazilian, and this kind of stuff is just another beach to you, right?
Yes.
You've seen like thousands of beaches in your lifetime, up and down the Brazilian coast, right?
Yes, and I prefer when it's sunny. Now it's not.
That's true, actually. It's kind of mildly overcast.
So I truly believe that God put man and woman together because we are different. And we have to share our differences to bring to a balance. I said to Pepi, I need to be a little more selfish and he needs to be a little bit more unselfish. So we're gonna bring our lives and personalities to a balance. Think about yourself and your couple. What do you guys have that is different? Maybe you were fighting because of that, but you shouldn't. You just have to come close.
Celebrate the differences.
Right?
Right? You know, so Elsie's very, very right. My habits come from having been sent to a boarding school at the age of 9, pretty much to fend for myself amongst 500 other boys. So it was like a prison mentality. You had no choice but to become selfish and think about your best outcome on a day-to-day basis. You thought for yourself. It was like the survival of the fittest, if you will. So I spent like 10 years in boarding school, in my most important foundation years. Fast forward 50 years, I'm now 60 years old, so fast forward 50 years, 40, 50 years. These habits are hard to change. You know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I'm certainly an old dog. But I really appreciate what Elsie says, and I am a much better human being today than I was 6 years ago when she and I crossed paths and we got married within 3 months of meeting. And I'm sure with each passing month that goes by with us together, I'll be better and better and better and better and better.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8.
In that case, Elsie, you are definitely seeing God, because I haven't met somebody as pure and authentic and honest as you. You know?
Thank you, my love.
You know, when it comes to Combi ownership, you've got to remember something. If it hasn't broken down in some way or fashion, wait a month and it will. So you've got to have patience with Combis, and you've got to be prepared to spend a little bit of money when it comes to that point where something or the other breaks down, because these things are a joy to own. But if your wallet is tight, don't buy a Combi. Isn't that the truth, Elsie? It's always something or the other, right?
And many times you do again something that you could just wait to do.
Yeah, like this AC thing we had in Itabuna, Bahia, right? The guy was supposed to be really good, and he fixed it. But apparently he fixed it not as good. Like the air conditioning, for example. We had a guy in Bahia, of course we're not going to name him, but he's supposed to be one of the best guys in Itabuna. And we went there and we spent a good amount of money with him to get the air conditioning setup fixed. And it turns out that what he installed, one of the pipes just randomly fell off. We just bought a map for Brazil, and we bought a marker pen, and we've started marking all the places that we've been to, starting where we bought the Combi in Guarapari, and then we drove it up to Bahia, and then all the way down towards Santa Catarina right here. Our goal is eventually to mark all the roads that we've driven with the Combi, and hopefully that will be the next year or two the majority of Brazil. That'd be cool, right?
Doesn't matter which place in the earth we are. We are terráqueos. Everything is ours. This is mine, this is from another person. We belong to the earth. Right?
Oh, Elsie, you got such beautiful teeth.
Thank you.
Twice the size of my teeth. Right?
rabbit.
Like my teeth, like so small. You know, when Elsie first met me, she thought I had kids' teeth. Actually, she still says that my teeth resemble the teeth of a child. Right? You say that all the time?
I like that.
You do?
Yes.
Oh God. I'm glad somebody does. Ooh, I like this place. Look what they have. Oh yeah. So folks, here in Brazil, you've got something called farinha. It's made out of yucca. Yucca. Sorry about that. And Elsie, like a typical Baiana, loves to put this on her meal, as you can see. This is something very typical of Bahia.
Northeast in general.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they do this, they put flavor on the yuca, on the same thing, and then you have different flavors. Like this one is shrimp, right?
Yeah.
You can do with pieces of meat, you fry and put the yuca and make the farofa. It can be with chicken, even can be vegetarian.
So Elsie and I have been having some problems with the air conditioners, so we went to a mechanic this morning that specializes in ACs. It's going to cost us about 800-900 reais to have it fixed. Apparently the last guy that did work on it had the tubing going the wrong way to where the heat from the exhaust is negating all the cooling effect from the air conditioner that we have inside. And Elsie has put a post on Facebook groups, on a group called Combi, and people have responded telling her that maybe we can go for a climatizador instead of an AC. So we're trying to decide which is better, air condition or climatizador, and both have their pros and their cons. One of the biggest cons of the climatizador is you've got to have a water tank, and you got to put water. It's like a 5-liter capacity, so whenever that runs out you got to put water, because that's how it works. But the benefit is it works off of a 12-volt charge, so like we can run it off of a solar-powered battery. The air conditioner, however, works only when the engine is running, because it's tapped into the car battery or the Combi battery. So pluses and minuses. Air conditioner is much more effective because it has so much energy coming to it to be effective. It is also a dehumidifier, pulls out the humidification, and actually there's a pipe inside that takes water and throws it out. So things cool down much quicker with the AC. The big decision is, do we want to spend 800 or 900 bucks to have the AC fixed? Or do we want to spend 2,000 bucks to have a brand new climatizador installed, and we'll never have issues with that? So let's see what Elsie has to say. She's been reading the comments from people on Facebook.
So according to the comments, people say both has pros and cons. So since we already have the air conditioner installed, I think we should stay like that, because instead of this putting more money to change everything, and then we'll not have bigger advantage, since the climatizador is just natural air, like how do you say, room temperature, right? Like no cold, not advantage. I think we keep the way it is now.
So we should stay with the AC and spend the money to have it fixed up.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.